Hi guys, so today we're going to be working on multiplying two-digit multiples of 10 by two-digit numbers using the area model. So we've seen the area model multiple times throughout our whole module 3 when using multiplication. So we just finished doing division. So we need to kind of take a step back and think back to our multiplication section of this module and recall that we've seen the area model 2 or 3 times. We've seen the area model when we've multiplied 3-digit and 4-digit numbers by 1-digit numbers, like in both of these problems. And we've seen the area model used when we've multiplied 2-digit multiples of 10 by 2-digit multiples of 10. So that would be like 20 times 30 as an example. So today we're going to work on using the area model, multiplying 2-digit multiples of 10 by a regular 2-digit number. So that's what we're going to work on. Make sure you follow along very closely, answer questions through the Edpuzzle as we go through. Our first problem is going to be 30 times 25. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at this problem using the partial products method, and we're going to decompose the number 30 so that we only have a 1-digit number times the 2-digit number, because then we can look at the area model from there. So let's do that. So we're going to break down 30. And we know we can break 30 into 3, actually let's do into 10 times 3 or 3 times 10. So I'm going to do 10 times 3. We know that is equal to 30. And the reason why I put the 3 in the middle is because then we're going to swap our parentheses using the associative property. We know no matter which way we group the 3 numbers in a multiplication problem, we're always going to get the same answer. So we're going to look at the area model for 3 times 25 first. So if you recall from when we've used the area model, we're going to break our number into place value units. So we're going to multiply by 3, and we know we're going to do 2 10s or 20 times 5 1s or 5. When I write it in unit form, it's going to help me out a little bit to remember my place value. So I know 3 times 2 10s is definitely going to be 6 10s, which is equal to 60. And then 3 times 5 1s is going to be 15 1s, which is also equal to 15. So if we add our 60 plus 15 together, we end up with 75 as our answer to 3 times 25. So 3 times 25 is equal to 75. So now I want to look at it as a multiple of 10 and look at 30. So we're going to make our area model a little bigger because now on the side here, we instead of having 3, we have 30, and we know 30 is much greater than 3. So make our area model a little bigger. Put our 30 over here on the side. And then break up our 25 again. Okay, so we've done 3 times 2, or 3 times 2 10s, or 3 times 20, which we know is 6 10s. Well, now we have 30 times 20 is what? Well, we know 3 10s times 2 10s is going to give us 6 hundreds, right? Because 10 times 10 is going to be hundreds. And we have these 2 zeros. So 6 hundreds or 600. So in this box, we're doing 30 times 20. And then in this box over here, we're going to do 30 times 5. So 5 times 3 tens. Is, well, 3 tens times 5 would be 15 tens, which gives us 150. So we're going to add those two together. We end up with 750. So 30 times 25 is equal to 750. So the hardest part, or the part that you really, really need to keep in mind, is when we're multiplying our 20 times 30, it's always going to be hundreds and not tens. So when you're multiplying two multiples of 10 together, that's going to be hundreds. Your answer will be hundreds. Okay, let's do another example. This one we're going to do 60 times 34. So the first thing you need to do is draw an area model representing 60 times 34. So this is what your area model should look like. Okay, and then in each box, we're going to do our multiplication. So in our larger rectangle, it's going to be 60 times 30. And in our smaller rectangle, it's going to be 60 times 4. So we have 6 tens times 3 tens. And we know if we have tens and tens, that's going to give us hundreds. So 6 times 3 is 18. So that's 1800s. Okay, which gives us 1,800. Okay, so then on this side, we're going to do 6 tens times 4. And 6 times 4 is 24. So that would be 24 tens. So that's 240. So tens is going to add 1 0 to the end of our number. Hundreds is going to add 2 zeros to the end of our number. Then we're going to add these two together. I'm going to line them up vertically so I can easily keep my place value when I'm adding and don't lose it. So our answer here is 2040. Okay, the way to represent this in standard form, which we will really, really focus on a few lessons down the road, is when we write this out with our standard algorithm, it's going to look like this. So we're focusing on, here we're doing 60 times 4. So we're going to do 60 times 4 first. So 60 and 4 first, which we got 240. Then second, what we did over here in our larger rectangle, we did 60 times 3 tens. So that 3 is in the tens place, which also means it is representative of 30, which gave us 1,800. Then we can add the two together, get the same answer. Okay, so let's do one final example where we're going to work on writing it vertically in our standard algorithm. So the question is 90 times 34. You need to draw it using your area model first, and then write your standard. So I'm going to start with the smaller number because remember when we're looking at our standard algorithm, we did 90 times 4 first. So that's where we're going to start with our ones place. So 90 times 4, that's 9 tens times 4. 9 times 4 is 36. And then we have 1 0 at the end, 36 tens or 360. Okay, and then second, we're going to do 90 times 3 tens. So 9 tens times 3 tens. We know tens times tens is 100. So 9 times 3 is 27, and tens times tens is hundreds. That's 2,700. We're going to put that down here and add them together. So if you're asked to represent the problem vertically, this is what I'm talking about. And if you're asked to represent using the area model, this is what I'm looking for. Definitely showing your answers in the boxes. If you need to write out your unit form, this is what I'm looking for. If it asks you to write out your unit form, that's what I want to see. If it doesn't ask you, then you can just give the answer in the boxes. Okay, go ahead and do your practice problems. If you need to rewatch the video, that would be super helpful for you if you get stuck.